Hi and welcome to the Social Commuter Podcast, the marketing podcast keeping you up to date on the go.
With your host, Georgia Smith
and Eloise Fenwick. And today we've got a very special guest joining us, Claire Smith from Evolve Together, who's going to be talking to us on everything networking, marketing and building your brand.
It is very exciting, so stay tuned later, for the very exciting Claire Smith. I also have to disclaim, I have a cold at the minute, so if my voice goes halfway through, which I have a feeling like my voice is just going to completely go, and I'm going to be holding up signs for the rest of the podcast. No, so don't question it. But let's jump in to some platform updates before we have our guest speaker on.
Yeah, so my first platform update of the week is that the notes on Instagram they're developed new features for them. So basically they're experimenting with likes and replies and things.
It's so cool.
Yes, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, lots of teenagers are using this feature. Will brands be using it? That's another question. However, if there's a bit more interaction with it, I think it could be a shout, like particularly for brands with a lot of personality.
I agree. I think it'll build a community.
Yes.
It's a great way of doing that. And I noticed it this morning and it had like the little reply option by people's things.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? So I'm so glad you talked about it. But I think it's definitely great for brands that want that community sense so they can pop bits out there and get people's opinion and their takes on it.
A bit more like, a bit more to the point, a bit more. Yeah.
It's fun though, I quite like that one. And then I have seen have launched the TikTok Studio, which is very fun. So we talked about last week how TikTok have their AI thing called Symphony. They're on a rampage at the minute of making life easy for creators. So it's basically helps creators upload, film and edit on a different way. Basically makes the app easier to use.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, I think that's
it's very limiting at times, I think.
Yeah.
Particularly, obviously, lots of people are using CapCut at the moment. So I assume they're trying
to pull back CapCut, get you more on TikTok to upload and edit and bits like that separately. So it's fun. I mean, thanks TikTok for making life easy. Once again, that's what I would say.
I'm excited to see what features they bring out.
Me too.
My next one is, so Facebook have released a most viewed content report. So basically, the findings of the report are that posts with links are actively not being pushed by Facebook. They are trying to squash them out, which is very surprising. And I think a lot of businesses will be posting with links attached to their posts.
100%.
So definitely bear that in mind when you're posting, because that is just ruining your social strategy. Equally, Hollywood gossip's gone up and political information has gone down on Facebook. So I assume, which is surprising obviously with the whole election in the UK coming up. However, Facebook is known to be very misinformative on politics. So obviously they're trying to stomp this out. So I think this says a lot, for social media strategies on Facebook. So definitely keep it lighthearted. Obviously Hollywood gossipy, the memes we kind of do sometimes. It's kind of giving more of that kind of vibe.
I think they want the younger generation now.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
That's what they're trying to move to, which is so cool. But then if you look like apps like TikTok, the political parties in the UK are all over my TikTok page. It's all over the news at the minute. If you're in the UK,
crazy.
I want to be one of their social media managers.
I know. It's actually been crazy because sometimes I'm looking at their content you're running to be the leaders of this country. It's a bit out there.
It's so funny.
It's
I know.
very out there. However, it did make me follow them.
100%. I just think the beef on TikTok from political parties are so great.
The beef is real.
It is real. It's very salty stuff, but it's
crazy.
quite entertaining. And then it is fun. So TikTok have also released an engagement helping bit of information, which is nice. So they're on about more niche hashtags. So at the minute, a lot of people just end with hashtag for you page, hashtag FYP. Yeah, I did say it in my head then. I was like, how do you spell that? So now they're saying do something like travel talk, something talk, basically, whatever you want, sports talk. And it's more to help find that niche. And they said they'll boost your content, basically, help you engage a bit better for businesses if they add the little talk at the end.
That's going to be really useful.
Yeah, 100%.
I've got GOLDMINE this week.
Marketing talk. That's going to be our new thing.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
We will have to see that.
My next one is Instagram, over 90-second clips. So basically, they're saying that they are releasing them. However, so obviously TikTok are moving to long-form content, but Instagram is saying that they're not going to promote them on the Reels page and they're not going to be on the Explore page. Yeah. So
what's the point?
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
So at the end of the day, TikTok is now for long form content, Instagram is now for short form content.
Which I have noticed loads. Last week we talked about how shorter content does better on Instagram. So I've been posting shorter content to test it. I posted a reel the other day for like 4 seconds.
I saw it.
Well.
Got like 2,000.
I was well happy, because
really
the shorter content TikTok is just loving. I think because attention spans are going down so rapidly each day, people can't be bothered, to be honest. So sort of like that from TikTok and Instagram, the differentiation for once instead of just being the exact same.
Exactly. And I think it's very interesting that they are actively not pushing content. Yeah. But it's nice that they're being open about it.
Yeah, they're honest. They don't try and hide it from you, which is quite interesting.
Exactly.
And then on the extreme other end, YouTube. We haven't talked about YouTube for a while, to be honest, but they copied LinkedIn. Yeah, a bit odd.
Way.
Yeah, so YouTube now has in-app gaming features, sort of like how LinkedIn did the other day.
Gosh.
How random.
Very random.
I do quite like it though, so I'm definitely going to have a little nosy at those.
Okay.
Coming out for people in the UK at the moment and the US, so have a look if you have the not LinkedIn. See, you say it automatically. The YouTube gaming features in-app now, which is super fun.
I love that. I think that's all of mine.
Well, I have 2 little small ones left.
Okay, go on.
So Instagram have launched your own inspiration page. So I still don't fully get what this is. They posted it on social media the other day, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. So it's meant to be a page that tells you what your followers like to look at. So have a look at that. Read more about it below and have a look on Instagram's account for it, because still can't wrap my head fully around it.
Yeah, I have seen this actually before. Like if you go on settings, like there is a bit of an inspiration, but if they worked on it, that's brilliant. Because sometimes it can be a bit random. It's like, okay.
So hopefully it gives you a bit of guidance about what the people that follow you want to see, and you can sort of mimic it, take a bit of inspiration from it, which is very fun. And then finally, we got this notification about this literally probably about 20 minutes before we started recording today.
Yes.
So LinkedIn has launched...
20 minutes, like 2.
Honestly, it was crazy. So LinkedIn have launched a dashboard for companies page, which has so many new analytics and just it's better for brands now on LinkedIn. So have a look at that, read more about it below, because it just seems fun, engaging, and it makes analytics way more fun across LinkedIn platforms for companies.
Wow, brilliant.
Yeah, so that is our very, very quick rundown on the social media platform updates this week. Trends though, I'm obsessed with this week trends. Honestly, I can't get over it. First off, we have to talk about the 4 Seasons baby. I still love him, and he's just her. I keep forgetting it's a her. Still love her, and she is doing incredibly. She went to the 4 Seasons in Orlando, so I'm very glad that she went there. She had a great time. Those TikToks have just blown up. It was the perfect collaboration for the businesses and the account itself. So I'm obsessed with that. But people are still using the sound. You're seeing a lot more people do it. Like, who wants to go to Costa and get a coffee, and people will be like, me. So little stuff like that is really entertaining, and I think it's definitely something you can use as a business. And then we also have to see the normalised naming your children trend.
Yes.
So I'm obsessed with this trend just because it's so funny. So same sort of carousel style, you swipe and it'll be a picture of you that says normalise naming your children after things you love. You swipe and then it's like a mum and a child, and then what you love. So you can be as funny. I saw a girl the other day post one and then you swipe and it's like her baby name is like Rose and M&S Picky Bits. And it's that sort of level of fun and jokes with it.
That's
so
really funny.
Have fun with that. It's a good trend.
Stunning. My first trend to talk about is, it's actually literally just got out of my head. Oh yeah, what's on the manifesto?
Yeah.
The manifesto.
Love it.
And I've loved this one. This has been going around everywhere this
100%.
week. And particularly mums have really got, they're on it with the lip syncing on this. Brilliant. So, yeah, hopefully it's a bit of an easier sound to lip sync to.
It is, definitely.
But definitely get on this because it's growing. This is new this week.
It's very mum and daughter vibes,
Yes.
Your mum's excited for your hot girl summer more than you.
Definitely.
And then she'll be saying that. It's sort of like that relationship.
But equally, you could do it in the office with your co-worker,
having a co-worker goss.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's so fun.
Yeah.
So thank you, TikTok, for that. And then I've also seen the CapCut dance template. You can't even describe this. So it's basically, you take a picture of someone and you put it through this CapCut template and it cuts out their face and their body and makes them dance.
Yes.
That's the best way you can explain it.
I've seen this quite a lot this week.
And it's basically taking the mix. So I saw Brooke and Tanner post one for their podcast earlier this morning, and it was dance if you're the best podcast host. It's like a picture.
That's
with them dancing.
such a good idea. Yeah. Okay.
So So little fun things like that. You could do a picture of your manager or your boss at work and say, dance if you have the best social media manager.
So good.
Small things like that just do so well, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good one, so yeah.
I love that one. My next one is, so a lot of the time this one's being done as, when my crush said this, so I did this.
So good.
And normally it's something really humbling that they did. Like,
we've all been
really
there.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I think this would be such a good trend to do with, like, something your coworker said or your boss said, so you did this. Yeah. Or like in an interview, like the job description. Yeah. So like you all of a sudden like did this. I think that would be a really good one for work.
When your job description requires you to speak numerous languages, so you download Duolingo. Little stuff like that would just do so well.
Exactly.
It's just such an entertaining trend, and it's humbling. That's the way of phrasing it. Because sadly for me, I deleted loads of pictures from when I was a child trying to impress people, so I sadly cannot make that trend. However, they just blow up, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
The more embarrassing, the better. People just love humiliation.
You just gotta swallow your pride.
Yeah, it is a good one though.
A viral video.
We love it.
We do.
And then my final one is I'm on SNL and you're not, the Sabrina Carpenter. So obviously Sabrina Carpenter was on SNL the other month, and she ended her outro with that. And people are doing it at the minute to do with like relationships. So your ex-boyfriend, and you can be like, your mum still follows my Instagram and my mum's blocked you. Little stuff like that. That just, they do really well, and people love just humbling past partners. You know, I saw one like, you could have had a wife, but instead you cheated on me. Little brutal stuff like that just do so well. So check out that trend.
Speaking of Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes.
So there's been one that's been going on for a couple of weeks now, and it's like when they think I'm not interested when really I'm doing this, and it's them learning the Sabrina Carpenter espresso dance.
So good.
Which is so funny. But again, I think this could be really easily done in the office as well, or in work setting. And then my last one is remixes and rewrites of Man in Finance.
I love that song.
So obviously this was going mad. It still is going mad on TikTok, to be fair. And I've just seen some really funny remixes. But obviously, like, we spoke about, the post office did one. Ocado's done one, like lots of brands, but they're still going really, really strong.
They're doing so well.
So definitely, if you've got a business, definitely throw that one in there.
I just think it's so entertaining, and the song itself obviously blew up. I mean, the girl that's produced it now sang it in her bedroom, is now a full-time content creator, and she quit her job because of just how incredible TikTok is with making people money. It's absolutely insane, but I love the remixes. I'm choking on myself there. Love the remixes. So yeah, is that it for this week's trends?
It is, and I'm wondering, should we keep the creator for Claire?
I think we keep the creators a little secret, and then we can get Claire's creator of the week, because she always likes to tell us her creator. She makes sure. So yeah, let's go and have a chat with Claire. So now we're joined by Claire from Evolve Together, just to have a chat about marketing overall and her journey. So Claire, how did you get into marketing?
So I went to South Cheshire College and did a qualification in travel and tourism, and an element of that was marketing and events management, and I absolutely loved it. So I got my first job working for a small company in Nantwich as a marketing exec, which quickly moved into sales as well. Then had a fantastic career for 12 years for an international project management training company, got to travel the world, and basically headed up their marketing. And then I worked for an insurance broker, sales and marketing director for 8 years, and really just got to love marketing and everything about it.
You're amazing. So my first question for you is that you're incredible at networking. So how would you go about building a network?
Yeah, I love networking. I love meeting people, and really I find it interesting to learn about what they do and what their business is. So I think it's just pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Go to one is the first one. There's loads of young people networking events now. So through the chambers and other groups, they are encouraging people. So when you first go into a room, you're like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. So if you can go with someone, great. But if not, just take the leap of faith of go. And I'm sure everyone else in the room is feeling exactly the same.
Very true.
I used to run a women's only networking group because women did feel quite uncomfortable going into sort of networking environments where it has been male dominated for many, many years. However, you just start talking about them and their business. People like to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
So ask them, oh, how are you? Little things like, how's your day? How's your journey? Have you had a coffee or a wine? We like those networking events. And then, just to say, just tell me a little bit more about you and your business.
Yeah.
And then that's how the conversation starts flowing, really.
Amazing.
So linked with that, you are great at matching people together and connecting businesses. How do you go around getting those connections in the first place and sort of bringing businesses together?
Yeah. So I, like I said, I do network. I choose my network groups carefully because you can become like a networking junkie, really, and go to all sorts, and it's too much. So you have to choose your networking groups quite carefully. And I think it's just having open, honest conversations with people.
Yeah.
I've been to networking events where there could be 5 or 6 of the same industry. So say it's an electrician, for example, but you'll vibe with somebody and then, they'll do a job for you. They've had a good recommendation. They then do a job for someone else. So you're naturally going to recommend them and help promote their business. So I think it's just going out there, meeting people, and also using the power of LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Is getting out there and connecting with as many people as you can. When you go to an event, get business cards, get their contact details, and connect with them on LinkedIn.
Yeah. How do you go around with LinkedIn then? Because a lot of people starting out in business, especially we struggled with at the start,
we did really struggle
managing
with
LinkedIn, growing up in such an Instagram and TikTok environment. What is some LinkedIn tips and tricks you have?
I think really most businesses, and especially I suppose over a certain demographic age, they'll be on LinkedIn. They won't necessarily be on Instagram or TikTok.
Yes.
So it's really, you just kind of say, what's your LinkedIn handle?
Yeah.
And then you just connect with them, send them a private note. Nice to meet you at the such and such networking event. And it was great to connect. And then maybe organise one-to-ones where you're going and meeting people and having a coffee, get to learn more about their business. A networking group that I used to attend have this 20-20-20 rule. So it's 20 minutes talking about you, 20 minutes them talking about them, and 20 minutes about how you can work together.
I love that.
That works really, really well.
Yeah,
So it's
definitely.
not just all focused on the one person. And then you think, well, how can I work collaboratively? They will naturally then introduce you to somebody else. And that's how your network grows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, I've been doing it a long time. So I have got a lot of connections, but
Yeah.
I've been networking since I was 19. So
Yes.
a long, long time. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, that's incredible. So obviously your main job is in marketing for businesses. What top tips would you give to marketers for developing marketing strategies, particularly for smaller businesses?
Yeah, it's really identifying the target audience and what they're trying to do, because it's pointless, having a TikTok account for a business that's their target market and never going to be on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's just a waste of money and time. So it's really going back to basics of what it is your service or product is and who your target market is.
Yeah.
And, be mindful of the demographic, the location, are they over 50s, mainly male, and in the UK, and even drilling it down, are they in Crewe, Nantwich, wherever they are going to be, or is it a global and it's more younger people? And then that's, you can just target and tailor it. Marketing strategies are simple. They don't need to be complicated.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a plan and a structure in place, but don't make it complicated. I love Trello, which is like a project management board, and I put everything on there for my clients. So whatever I'm going to do, whatever activities, it's all on one place and it's visual for both parties. I think go back to basics. Who's your target market? Who's your target audience? What it is that you're trying to sell to them, and then be strategic with your marketing. So it might be an email campaign, it could be a text message campaign, obviously social media, obviously you need a website, and then you just tailor it depending on who that is.
Perfect. So you mentioned email marketing before. We haven't really touched on email marketing within Social Commuter before. So how would you tell a business to go around if they want to start email marketing?
Build your list.
Okay.
That's crucial. Build your list 100%. So like I said, whatever networking event you're going to, get their email addresses and sign them up, really. And then start sending them really interesting content that they're not necessarily just going to delete as soon as it comes into their inbox. They want to listen and they look out for that email. I'm sure there's some that you've received in your inbox that you're like, that's coming every Friday and you can't wait because it's going to be interesting. It's not just a 50% off sale, which they send like every day.
Yeah.
So definitely start building your email marketing list from day one.
Yeah. Okay.
And that can be worth thousands of pounds to your business.
Yeah.
And then also think strategically again about when you're sending them emails, what the information is that you're sending them. So it could be an e-commerce company where every Friday they do have a 50% off.
Yeah.
Fine, send them the 50% off with a code. Or if it's more of a corporate business, it's a monthly newsletter, what the team have been up to, and new changes that might have happened within that business. I work with a financial services organisation, so things can change depending on different times of the year. Make the content informative, but 100% start from day one.
Love it. Perfect.
Sorry, I have a question.
Go on.
So obviously you built your own business. So do you have any tips for people who are also looking to do the same?
Yeah, have confidence in yourself and do it.
Yeah.
It really is. It's hard. It's really hard. Your business income comes in peaks and troughs throughout the year. Some months are busier than others naturally. But just do it. Because if you don't do it, how are you going to know?
True. Yeah,
it's having the confidence to do it and the support network. I mean, it's different for you guys because you don't have to pay a mortgage.
Yeah.
So for somebody that's probably my age that's got mortgage and kids, you've got to be financially stable to be able to take that leap of faith and do it. And then you obviously, it's the best thing ever because you get to work with clients that you love.
Yeah.
And you become integral part of their team. I'm on the team WhatsApps, I go on the team nights out, I go on the Christmas parties. I am part of the team and I might only be there once a month.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So how did Evolve Together start? Because we've touched on your experience in the past, but how did you get that encouragement and just the courage to go for your business?
So my sister passed away suddenly at 37, and that was a massive life-changing moment for us. And it made me reevaluate life as it would. And I think it just gave me the courage to do it and not procrastinate. That I probably had been procrastinating for prior 2 years of should I, shouldn't I? Is it the right thing? Is it not? And, my previous employer were amazing. They were absolutely fantastic with me. But I literally started it as COVID hit. So I was like, oh my God, is it the right thing to do? Yeah. I'm not sure. And it was 100% the right thing to do. Lots of businesses had to look at doing different campaigns and diversify their business because obviously everything was then going online. So it was perfect opportunity. And it's been the best thing that I've ever done.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you'd encourage other people to do that?
100%.
Yeah.
Love it. If you don't do it, how will you know?
Well, exactly.
Very true, yeah.
Exactly. So would you say it's really important then to build your networks to be able to start this business so that you have those connections?
You need to build your network. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Go to some events, get business cards, get connections, start building your sort of database up.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm a massive advocate for CRMs. I think CRMs are fantastic. But when you're starting up, just put them on an Excel spreadsheet for now.
Yeah.
Just have them all there. And then start targeting them and saying, hi, we met at such and such event. This is what I do. It'd be great to meet. Can we meet for a coffee or whatever? And then just start that conversation going. And it's obviously, when I started, everything was online. So I was doing Zoom calls left, right and centre. And now it's so lovely to be able to say, right, let's go for coffee, or if it's more like me, go for a glass of wine.
Yeah. Love it. Well, that is perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So should we jump on to Creators of the Week?
I think we should have a little talk about this.
Okay. Go for it then.
Go on,
do you want to do yours first?
Okay, so my creator is called Mia Slater. She has been all over my For You page at the minute. She's actually, I saw her TikTok and I bought a dress. Which someone doesn't like the dress, but I think it's great. So I think she's just doing incredible at the minute, and she's just selling left, right, centre without even meaning to. She's just absolutely stunning. So check out Mia Slater because she is fab. Yeah.
I love that.
Perfect.
My creator this week is called Hair by Susie.
Yeah.
So she comes up on my discovery page all the time, but I just thought she is such a good inspirational account for other hairdressers or other service businesses. So definitely go check her out. She does incredible content, very very engaging, and she's built like 100,000 followers this year. Just for one person. I think that's brilliant. So definitely go check her out.
Sounds great. And then
mine's slightly different. So mine is a big fat Greek mother. She's hilarious. Obviously, I've got 2 teenagers. She's got teenage children. Every video that she posts is just so funny. So we'll tag it in, but go and check her out. She is hilarious.
I love the differentiation between everyone, so that is just amazing. But thank you for coming on Social Commuter.
Thank you for asking me, girls.
It's great to have different opinions in marketing instead of just speaking to people in social media. So it's just great to have a bit of a differentiation for once.
Yeah, and congratulations on doing such an amazing job. You know, this is a fantastic platform. You're only young, but I just think it's fascinating to watch and listen to. And hopefully people will start spreading the word. Yeah. Make sure you give them a like and a follow and share it, because it is an amazing podcast to listen to. Well done, girls.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, we'll see you next week as well. We have a different guest next week. We're just hitting off with all the guests guests. So tune in next Monday for some more Social Commuter rundowns. Yeah, perfect.
Well, see you
next week. Bye.